Welcome again to the channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about something that is so important, so big in terms of the quality of your relationships that honestly one video doesn't justify. It's not going to do it justice. But if you tune in, if you focus, I want you to understand this at a level where you can become aware of whether or not you're doing this in your life. And if you are, I really invite you to hire someone, either me or somebody else, who knows how to help you shift through this. Because what I'm going to be talking about today, in my opinion, is either the single biggest way people screw up their relationships, or it's up there. It's either the number one way you can screw up your romantic relationships, your business partnerships. This is a great way to ruin your relationships in life, if it's not the best way to ruin it. All right, so first, I'm going to set a background for you. So key understandings that this is how we orient ourselves in the world and in relationships, and how the quality of that orientation determines the results we're going to get. Let's dive into it. Okay, so this video is really going to apply to you if you have had some form of pain, physical pain, emotional pain, abuse, rejection, abandonment, loneliness, really intense negative experiences in the area of relationship. Because you have to understand, the human nervous system is not designed for your happiness. It's not designed for your success. The human nervous system is designed for your survival. And keeping that in mind, if you go back in time to when we were on the plains of the savannah, and you step into a ditch on the savannah and you hurt yourself, that pain and remembering the pain is essential for you to avoid stepping into the ditch again, right? Very cool. Very cool thing. It kept us alive. Here's the problem. That feature of your nervous system does not work well in relationships. That is not what it's designed for. So what happens is you experience this thing in relationship that felt horrible: rejection, abuse, loneliness, whatever, feeling unloved, abandoned, whatever that really intense negative thing was for you, you feel that in a relationship. And remember that really intense emotions, like love, like the loss of love, whenever you experience an intense emotion, that is an altered state of consciousness. That is no different than a form of hypnosis. When your state is that altered, you're in a form of a trance. So we experience this intense pain, and then, as meaning-making machines that we are, we start forming beliefs, right? We start to talk about why we experience that pain. What does this mean? What does this mean about men, women? What does this mean about that person? What does this mean about me, right? What does this mean about relationships, about my future? And this is extremely dangerous to the quality of the relationships that you want to have in your life. Because the beliefs that you form in pain are the beliefs that bring you pain. The beliefs that you form in pain are the beliefs that will bring you more pain. So we go through this traumatic breakup. We go through this something happened with our parents. We experience this pain in relationship. Then we start creating meaning. And it becomes important for us to not feel that way again. To never experience loneliness, abandonment, rejection, abuse, whatever it is. And then our entire nervous system becomes aimed at not having pain. Now, this is a issue. Because the way that it's very difficult for the unconscious mind to process negation. It's not that you can't process negation, it's just difficult. It's very difficult. So, in order to, here, try this experiment, right? Imagine in your mind, or better yet, don't imagine, listen, do not imagine a pink and white polka dotted elephant snorting cocaine off of a toilet bowl. Do not picture a pink and white polka dotted, do not picture that elephant. Do not see it, okay? In order not to picture something, you have to first picture it and then cancel it out. But by the time you've pictured it and then canceled it out, you've already sent the command to your nervous system. Well, when we go through difficult pain in a relationship, a lot of people, unfortunately, I would even say the vast majority of people, have oriented their entire nervous system to not rejection, not loneliness, not abuse, not this, not that. And the only way they can aim at that is to first picture it, have the representation of that pain, and then move away from it. This is not an effective way to program your nervous. It does not work. It does not work. So if I'm picturing not being alone, right? I'm sending the command to my nervous system of loneliness. If I'm picturing not rejection, I'm sending the command rejection, okay? And where this gets really, really destructive is when those become your guiding orientations in life. That most important thing to me in a relationship is not to have these things. This is a real issue. This is a real issue. What do we do about it? What do we do about it? We have to stop and get you outside the perspective of the pain of the past. There are lots of ways to do that, right? For those of you who are NLP aficionados, you will remember things like timeline, re-imprinting, all this stuff. So that, what you can do is you can actually go back and clean up that stuff. Get your nervous system out of that stuff. Replace it with the embodied feelings, literally, that you want to have in a relationship. There's a great quote that on relationships, it's never about finding the right person. Relationships are never about finding the right person. It's always about becoming the right person. And then we attract who we are. And if I'm moving away from pain, I'm attracting pain, right? So what does this mean? This means you need to understand what is the energy, what is the emotional experience of that relationship that I want to have. And I need to bring that back to my nervous system, right? So I take the happiness, the love, the connection, the passion, whatever it is for you, and then you bring it back and collapse the anchors in your nervous system, change the limiting beliefs, so that now your nervous system is aiming, instead of not pain, it's aiming towards love, connection, pleasure, whatever, okay? We have to stop trying. We have to stop trying to get into the relationship we want by avoiding the pain of the past. So how to know if this applies to you, right? When you think about the relationship you want to have, is there more energy on the positive things you want in that relationship? Or is there more energy on not hurt, not pain, not those issues? Where's the energy for you? And while it's very important to make sure that you address issues in relationship, you want your GPS to be pulling you towards the positive. You should, when you're really aligned here, you're gonna feel a positive pull towards that relationship. Whereas when it's out of alignment, you're going to feel like, oh, I don't want this. You know, what if this happens? What if he's like this? What if she's like that? What if that? No. And by the way, being pulled towards what you want actually protects you better. So for example, if I know that I want Chipotle, okay? The flavor of Chipotle, and I want that burrito, okay? I have the map of what that's gonna be like in my nervous system. So then when I go out to the restaurant, I'm looking for Chipotle. So if Subway pops up, it's like, no, right? If Kava is there, right? No. If somebody puts, is like, here, try this thing, I can check internally, does this match the burrito that I want, right? And if it doesn't, then it's easier to move past it. If, on the other hand, I'm thinking to myself, I don't want hunger. I don't want to be hungry. So then I'm picturing myself hungry and going, no, not that, not that, not that. It might get painful enough that I have to leave, but anything satisfies the criteria of not hungry. And not anything will actually fulfill you. If you're interested in training NLP with me, if you're interested in coaching with me, go ahead and click the link below, hop on a call, and we can discuss further.